day. Yeah. What we do today? Yeah, yeah. I'm just trying to make a way, trying to make it out. Welcome back to another episode of Road to William. I got my cousin Ashley here with me today. Ashley, shout out your channel, what you do, where to find you.
I'm on all social media platforms. Ashley, I be ballin'. Yeah. And my basketball show is called I Be Ballin' Basketball Show. And I cover the WNBA, I cover the NBA, I cover the Bucks because I'm a Bucks fan. Yeah, go Bucks, be the deer. And I do basketball movie reviews. So every basketball movie you could think of, I'm gonna review it. And I also do like day in the lives, and I also do college. So we be having NBA debates, and I have different guests on there that are Bucks fans and fans of the women's game. So it'd be lit. It'd be lit. Go check me out. Reppin' the WNBA, baby. Ayy. Put your W's up, put your W's up, put your W's up. PG is free, back with the Mercury.
Yeah, go check my cousin out. Shout out to Aldi's for their gear. They got gear now. While y'all wearing designer, I got Aldi's on. I got Aldi's. Y'all not coming like me, bro. Y'all not coming like me. Anyways, y'all like, bro, you can keep that. Anyway, look, today we're reviewing a classic film from the 90s. We got A Thin Line Between Love and Hate with the star roles of Martin Lawrence and Miss Lynn Whitfield. If you haven't checked out my Lynn Whitfield video, I just dropped it yesterday. Go check that out. I dropped a new video. Again, just look at them when you can. We're dropping daily. You miss one, another one coming. But yeah, today we're doing a review. And what are we going? How do we want to start this? Okay, I'm gonna have you start. You let me know your take on the movie when you rewatched it again, because we had to rewatch it just to get that refresh of lessons we gotta display in front of y'all.
Yeah, I felt like it's another classic black film, and I feel like we got to get back to those classic films. But Martin Lawrence, he's obviously at the height of his career with Martin and Bad Boys and Lynn Whitfield. She be playing those roles to a T. When she get angry, don't mess with her. You know, she's iconic for those, roles, Eve's Bayou, the list goes on, and it's like, I'm scared of her. But when I was rewatching it, I was noticing a lot of black, actors and actresses, and I was like, wow, this is how they got their start, even though it's a couple of lines, Regina King was in there, the Joanna Man dude was in there. There was so many. I think Fonzo Love or something like that was in there. Um, there was just a lot of people, and I was like, wow, that's awesome. But as far as the movie goes, I feel like Darnell, that's Martin Lawrence's name, he got what he deserved because he just was a player. I'm going from woman to woman, and he really wanted Lynn, and it's like you chased the cat and you got bit. You chased her and you kept chasing, and then you got what you wanted, but then you're like, oh, Regina King's character Mia, you even Lynn Whitfield's character Brandy, even she was getting mad at the club when Darnell was getting jealous of Mia's date. And it's like you can't have both, you know what I mean? And I just feel like he disrespected her. You were disrespecting constantly women, but then he started changing toward the end. But then it's kind of too late. Sometimes you piss off the wrong one, you know. And Lynn Whitfield's character Brandy was the wrong one. And did she go overboard? Was she crazy? Absolutely. I mean, she was crazy. Um, that lady that played Darnell's mom, oh, Della Reese. And she was funny because she was like, Brandy was in the car saying, "Hey, mama," and and Della Reese was like, I protected my son." That part was so funny because she was messing up his car, and it was a whole lot of drama, messing up the club, putting putting fire in the club. She was going too far, but you mess with a woman's heart and you get in those drawers and you're saying you love her, it's gonna go back at you. He is sometimes it's kind of like how he went from women to woman to woman. Sometimes you piss off the wrong one. Sometimes you could get away with it, and maybe you get a slap here and there, slap, slap, slap. But you can't get away with everything, and he met the wrong one. It's a thin line between love and hate. Man, it turned into love and hate real quick. What's your take on it? Oh yeah, in it. That's another one. I was like, oh snap, Bobby Brown, because I forgot, like everybody who was in there. But yeah, it was a great film, and I'm like, come on, why can't we have more of this? It's like,
Yeah, I feel the same. I rewatched it the other night, and it's the movie itself is like a good movie to just it's funny, but then it does have like a lesson in it. But overall it was enjoyable to watch. I really like you brought up a good point when you were like you can't play both sides and that Brandy and the the guy with the Porsche, he got, they both were playing both sides because Mia was just as much as the player as Darnell was. The only thing is people weren't focusing on that because she was a woman and she ain't have multiple, like she didn't have more than like the two we saw. Like Martin, I mean Darnell, they like separate the two, separate them. But like when Darnell was like he finally about to settle down, we had to go on a tour with him to just end everything with everybody. Like, hey, sorry. He was going city to city. So I mean, but what I did notice was more like you could tell he wasn't comfortable with Brandy. Like, no, you don't want it until after the fact. Like he thought, okay, I'm gonna get this woman like I done got all the other. I don't know where I was going.
he got more than what he bargained for.
He
He
did.
got more
He
because,
did.
especially right after they had sex, she said, "I
Mhm.
killed the man," and then
Right.
and so it's like, oh, hold up, and
Yeah.
she was pampering him and buying him stuff, but at the same time, it was scaring him sometimes the stuff she would do. So it was like it was a thin line between their relationship. It was like I love this because of the sex and what she can give me, shopping everywhere, but I hate it because he was kind of scary, um and kind of treating him like a boy sometimes too. And but yeah, continue.
I noticed that his relationship with Mia and her cousins looked like the same as on Martin with Gina and Pam. Like he kind of like they were back and forth a lot. And my thing was what pissed me off was I was kind of with the cousin because when it came to okay, he pulled up in a limo and they trying to go bowling. Remember, she's like, we trying to go bowling. I'm like, one, that doesn't sound fun the way you're saying it. Two, but anyway, so they going in the car, right? But then he talking about some I done bought you juju beads. And then he trying to do a hitter with a throwback. And the cousin like, don't even fall for that. And she fell right into the trap. She fell right into it. And I'm like, I'm with the cousin because when the cousin drove off, this is in the 90s. They ain't have cell phones like that. Like you had to be a rich motherfucker to have even them big old tussle things. My thing is when she found out, oh, all this is from the chick he been dating, I'd have been upset too because it's like, well, dang, now my cousin gone. I can't call her. It's one car. How we finna get there? You done left me out here. I wanted to go bowling. Now you on bull. But it ended up working out. They just needed to communicate what they wanted. They weren't doing that. They weren't doing that. The only because like in the beginning they were both kind of BSing each other, like, oh, like, well, what you doing? No one was asking like direct questions, like, what do you want? Do you want to be with me? It took for them to just really say it flat out. But then he just went backwards again toward the end of the movie because it was like, bruh, if you would have just told her, hey, this chick is trying to kill you because I'm taking us seriously, all that other stuff wouldn't have been avoided. But he was trying to protect her, literally, and and that's all he could do. But the funny part, I think the funniest part of the movie for me had to have been when it's toward the end of the movie and Regina King, aka Mia, is face to face in a different light with Lynn Whitfield, with Brandy. So it's like the first time they meet, it's already animosity. The next time they meet, it's war. And so, but then you see there like the acting elevates, like the mood elevates. Because now they were both kind of powerless because of Darnell. They had an equal ground, like, you can't do too much, I can't do too much. But in that moment, you in Brandy house, she got the gun. You gotta do what she say, even if that ain't your type of vibe. And so it's just like the part where Brandy is telling Mia to go upstairs, and then Mia was like, "You ain't shit without that gun." And it reminded me of Riley from Boondocks. In that, I'm like, that's Riley's line. You took that. They made Boondocks off that voice right there in that movie. But no, that was a good movie. I think overall I enjoyed it. Good lessons. Della Reese was in it. Della Reese, she had said something that was like profound in the sense of what was going on, subtle though. Like when he came to go see his sister, who was also in The Wood. That's another good black film from the 90s. She was like, oh, so you're dating a rich one now. Like she done seen the same thing he done. You still playing that same game. She just rich. You don't love her. There's nothing different about her. You still playing this game. And she always threw it back in his face about Mia. And so I think, the mother always knows. The mother's gonna know, like, they just gonna know. But what were your favorite parts of the film?
Um, like the Della Reese moment with Lynn Whitfield's character Brandy that I said. I liked it when he went on the tour. It was Wendy. I was gonna say Wendy Williams. It was Wendy Robinson, and we know her from the game, and so I was like, oh,
Oh
that's that.
yeah. After
But
all
there
your
was a
damn
part.
promises.
She was like, after all your damn promises. He was
Oh
like,
yeah,
move, pump. I think that was two different separate times. But yeah,
yeah.
Wendy
When the
was
kid did
well.
that was one of my faves. What else? I was like, there's a scene where, first off, I just thought when the fighting scene happened, well, no, there was gunshots at first, and then they they called the police, but Brandy ended up knocking them out. Then ended up, getting Regina King too. I feel like their whole strategy just there was no strategy really. I mean, they just knew to save, Darnell. I thought their strategy was bad in that.
Yeah.
But Oh, Tracy Morgan was in there too. I liked him too. I also liked the basketball scenes. That was cool. Um, what else did I like? I was like, "Ooh, Martin Lawrence, he looking good. He looking good." But now he don't. He kind of aged kind of badly. But hey, that's you know. But I was like, "Oh, why can't we make?" I feel like it's the same thing with black TV shows. It's like it's not there aren't that many, and it's like you constantly had great black shows and great black movies in the 90s and early 2000s. And I'm not saying they don't make any now. I'm just saying the quantity has changed. It's not a plethora of options. And so I'm kind of disappointed in that. But Lynn Whitfield, I mean, I thought she was the best um actress in this slash actor in this movie. I think she just brung it. Was there a scene where what scene was oh I know what scene I was talking about. So I was like, okay, you know how they're all fighting and stuff, and then they go through the glass?
Mhm.
I was like, yo, how did they all fall in the glass? Because I'm rewinding and everything and it doesn't show me. I feel like the director did something. It doesn't show you clearly why they fell through the glass. You saw them fighting over the gun, but it,
But the
they
gun went
don't show
off.
you clearly.
The gun went off, which is what?
Oh, it went through the glass? Oh, okay.
Because I noticed that too. 'Cause
Mystery
I wanted
solved.
to know that as well. They be slipping now, but they couldn't slip back in the day. I don't know what they be doing now. Yeah, that was a good film. I mean, a good classic throwback. It's also who's involved too. I feel like we do like the Living Singles, the Martins, the Fresh Prince. Okay, Martin's not really making stuff anymore. If he did, we probably would get more of that good film we like. Like when the Best Man came back with a series, it was like, something familiar, something good, but they're still like keeping up with the times. It's a lot of movies now that want to go back. Let's go back and relive that time that we're too young to remember. We were kids. We don't want to keep going back seeing that stuff. We want to see what's happening now. And then Best Man, they did a good job of that. I feel like if they keep doing that, like even with Bel Air, like Aunt Viv with a career, we didn't see that for real up in the. I think they just need to keep pushing. I don't know what they need to do to keep it a buck. I think we just gotta remember the good times, watch them as what they were, a classic, the values to them. People do gotta step up the game with the movies now. Like I don't know how people. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. But,
Spike Lee not making much. I think his last movie was like a Netflix movie. I think
oh,
Chadwick was in it. John obviously passed away. You have Will Packer who makes Jump in the Broom, and then you have Tim Story that did a lot of barbershop movies. But it's like, what's going on? And This Christmas was a great movie too. That's another classic. It's like I don't know. I don't know if we'll ever get it back. You know, maybe one day we will, but I don't know.
yeah,
I just don't know.
yeah.
And
But
you could go. Yeah.
overall, I like the film a lot. Great message, great story, great music. I think my favorite part of the movie was when he was ladies' night and then Martin was like bopping through the club with some flowers and now Jam was jamming. I said, yeah, that's my part right there. That's my part right there. That's pretty much what I have for that film. I mean, it's really good. I don't know what else to say about it. But thanks for coming on the show, cause yeah, we about to keep dropping. Be on the lookout for Ivy Ball and Basketball show. uh, on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat,
Twitter slash
Twitter.
X.
And just go back to Twitter. We're sorry, just switching it. Because people saying both anyways. It's like, but whatever.
Yeah,
Whatever.
Twitter X. I don't know.
He's a billionaire. He really don't care what we think. So
Threads. Insta got threads. I
I ain't got
think
enough
that's what
space
it's
for all
called.
that on my phone. But I have downloaded Threads. I'm not
Oh yeah.
caught on the Threads yet. It reminds me of it probably is another Twitter, but Black Twitter its own, but I'm not there yet. Maybe one day.
Oh
But hit that
man.
like button, subscribe, share this video. Anything you want to leave with the people today?
Like, comment, subscribe, share your thoughts on the movie, share your thoughts on Black classics. What do you want us to review next? Smash the subscription button because my cousin dropping every day. I can't even keep up. I'll be like, oh, another one. I couldn't even watch the last one. So I gotta go back. But stacks on stacks on stacks, right? And it's like racks on racks on racks. It's like even though it's every day, you'll be like, okay, I got a little time to spare. Let me watch. Let me put it on the save to watch later. Everybody wants stacks on stacks on stacks. But I drop every week. My cousin dropping every day.
Ashley gonna drop
So it's
every
like
day this summer.
I don't know. I can
You
see
could if
myself getting
ESPN
burnt
if
out.
ESPN and all these sports channels can drop daily, you could drop daily too. You need to build your own basketball crew. Y'all all drop. Y'all gonna be like the CNN crew. You're gonna have your own table. Shaq gonna wanna come through.
Sometimes, I don't want to diss ESPN, but sometimes they say the same thing every day. And I'll be like, you can't think of nothing else? I'm
No.
like, you can't think of nothing else. Oh, Giannis is leaving. Dame's unhappy. Oh, LeBron, he's amazing at 38. What else can he do? It's like, can you guys come up with something else?
No.
Something original, something unique.
Of course
So
not. Why would they do that? Because they're stuck on an algorithm. This kind of ties in with like black movies too, or movies in general. Like people heard of this word called algorithm. Wore it out. Okay. Now we're stuck in an algorithm of same old, same old. Everybody loves talking about LeBron. And yes, Giannis is getting to the point where everybody loves talking about him, but they don't care about necessarily the teams. They just care about the players and who's the most popular. That's who we're talking about. Comes to
yep,
film,
who's the most popular?
who's the most popular in film and who's the most popular actor and who do people want to see the most. And so you get watered down by the same, and you're like, okay, what else? And they're like, no, this is it. And you're like, gotta be something else. It just gotta. That's why we're here to reckon. We're a force to be reckoned with. We're changing it up. Okay. We're coming through like hurricane season. We're switching. We're shaking things up a bit. Wake up. Nobody want to keep saying the same oh, same oh.
Yeah.
Especially when it's not good. We're reviewing classics because they were good and they still hold weight to this day. You shouldn't be playing with people's hearts. It still relates. You shouldn't be using people eat back and forth. Make up your mind. What do you want to do? Do you want to be with the person or not? Like we're just, you know what I mean? The most dopest thing he did besides changing his love life around was putting money in his mama purse. And that was about it. Just be a good human being. Everybody needs love. Like Brandy needed love at the end of the day. Like she just decided to finally trust someone. She said since her husband, like to really love her again. She thought she was falling in love, but she didn't know she was getting played like a Monopoly game. Pick your piece. We're going on a journey. Pick up 200 round the corner. So I think that everyone had a lesson to learn, not just Darnell, but everyone. You know, you got to be even more secure with your heart. But how do you? These are stalker mentalities. You're stalking her. You're harassing her. One, you came to her job. Why?
Yep.
You wait. One, wrote down her license plate number. You did the most. Two,
Mm-hmm.
you went to her job unannounced. You could at least call. She was on the phone when you got there. She would have answered. You took it a step even further. I'm shocked she ain't really called the cops and really had you arrested at that house showing. That's when it would have been over. But no, she was like, oh, he replaced my crystal baby bird, so I have to give him a shot. No, grab that bird and go on with your life. Now you're gonna have a heartbreak. Now you're gonna kill him in a few months. So just be careful with your heart. Every interest ain't worth it. It's okay if they would have just dated. He took her out, get her some fish, showed her a new life. But no, he want to bet. He said, "I never bet on the ladies. I never bet on the ladies." Okay, but you're gonna bet on her heart. That's worse. I'd rather you spend a 20. I want you actually where the money at. Because remember, Deliver Us from Eva. It was about the money for him. He was like, "Bump that love stuff. I want that 20K." Darnell thought he was being noble, like I ain't gonna bet on the lit, but you still playing with her heart. Either or, either way. Money, no money. Money, no money. You'll wait to have sex with Mia because she said no, I'm not ready. But you pressure and making Brandy feel terrible because she not ready.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, but she did give it up eventually. I wouldn't have hit it. She said she killed her husband. But hey, and she was a little bit in control. She wanted to have control of everything. Dress. I like my men dressed.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to buy you a cup? Hold up, Lady May. Now get up on off it. That's all we have for today, y'all. Cuzzo dropped by. Cuzzo dropped by. I'm gonna be on her channel again, so look out for that. Leave in the comments your favorite part of the film, and yeah, that's all I got. Peace.
Peace.